Hello guys, today we're gonna learn how to make a new jazz and plug-in type beat in 2025. So let's dig in. Okay, so we're gonna start with the keys today. And today we're gonna start with the keys. We're gonna use FM keys today because I want to give it this warm and cozy vibe in the background keys. So today we're gonna use FM keys. I especially use FM8 because I like this plugin. If you guys have it, then this is really nice. So I added this. So I made this chord progression, which is I'm gonna just show it to you right now. Today's chord progression is D minor 9, G minor 9, and we go up to B flat major 9, and then we end with the A augment 7 flat 9. So for a new jazz, it's really important to add a tension note because this one is kind of like jazzy vibes. This one we want to like give a little jazzy vibe in this beat, so it's kind of important to add a tension note, 9th note, 11th note, sharp 11th note, and flat 13. You know, it's kind of important to add those things. So I added this D minor 9. I made this as a D minor 9, G minor 9, and B flat major 9, and then A augment 7, which is flat 13, and then flat 9. So this is how it sounds like. Right? Okay, so now moving to sound. Okay, I like this chord progression, I like this sound, but I kind of want to give more bright sound and little shimmering sound. So that's why I decided to add this another FM key, and it's same chord progression, same voicing, it's just different sound. This key has more bright and shimmering sound, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so if you hear this, both of these two keys, then this is how it sounds like with these two keys together. Right? So, okay, so we're done with keys, and now we're moving into a melody section. Okay, so new jazz is hip hop. PluggnB has a little jazzy vibes. So for a song like Supido, like Frozy, Down With Me by Lil Tecca, those songs are counted as a new jazz and PluggnB. So today we're gonna just use their style and then kind of like copying their style today. So we're gonna add this trumpet saxophone sound as our main melody. I brought this up in Splice, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so this is our main melody for this beat, and if you want to make a new jazz type beat, then I highly recommend to use a saxophone sound, because if you want to give little jazzy vibes, then saxophone is kind of like the best instrument, how I think. Or you can just add another like flute, oboe, violin sound, trumpet sound, but for today's beat we're gonna use this saxophone sound as our main melody. Another thing of new jazz and PluggnB is a synthesizer. So they are using also lots of synthesizer melody as a counter melody. So also today we're gonna use Massive. This one is a synthesizer plugin we're gonna use this, and we're gonna add a lead sound with this massive plugin. Okay, so over this saxophone sound, we're adding this synthesizer lead sound. So we're having two melody so far, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so that was our synthesizer melody for today's beat. And then there's a little empty space. I want you to fill those gaps and fill the spaces. So added little vox sound. It's kind of like female vocal to fill the empty space. And this is how it sounds like. So this one is just filling sound. Okay, another thing is the very important thing of new jazz. We want to give this beat a jazzy sound. So if you think about jazz, you can think about instrument as like piano, upright bass, drum, and then you can think of a saxophone and trumpet, and organ. So today I added this horns hit, and then I also added this organ sound as our counter melody, and then just giving a more jazzy vibe. So horns sounds like this. Yeah, it's just hit. It's just like single hit, because this chord is G minor 9. So I just gave this bunch of like G minor 9, 11 tension scales to just giving a hit. And then following that horn sound, I added this organ sound to give a more like to filling the empty spaces. And organ sound sounds like this. I intentionally added right after horn. I didn't add it in front of the horns because I wanted to give a organ sound a more speciality. So if you hear horns and organs together, this is how it sounds like. Right? And then we're gonna just add this little single bass note in the end of the loop. That's it. Okay, so we're done with the keys, and then we're done with the melody section, and then now we're done with the also counter things, right? And then we're gonna add this little synthesizer string to fill the more empty spaces, and this is how it sounds like. It's just a note. So I gotta explain this though. This song is D minor scale, and then like I said in a previous video how to make a G-funk type beat, if you add fifth note of that minor scale, then it kind of goes well together. So I only added this fifth note in this song, and it's just single A note string. That's it. Okay, so we're done with the keys. We're done with the melody. We're done with the filling section. And now we're moving into drums, right? Okay, so for drums, new jazz has a little like typical interesting like rhythm. It's kind of like mixture between trap and a drill. So for today we're gonna use a little drill sound and then adding more percussion sound to give a trap vibe. So start with the hi-hat. I made this pattern, and this is how it sounds like. So this was hi-hat, and then we're gonna add a kick. Right? So for a kick, I highly recommend to use a just kick that has a like the very strong impact, has a like lower sound for this new jazz sound, because we're gonna add bass later, and then we're gonna add snare too. Okay, so this drum pattern, now we made this drum pattern, right? This is good, but it's kind of empty. We want to fill these spaces with a percussion sound. So I added this percussion from a battery 4. I made this percussion pattern, and then with this percussion drum, we're gonna sounds like this. So this is just whole drum, and then we're moving into a bass. Bass is very simple, you know. You can just use any deep 808 bass sound. Just make sure you go same with the kick, and then following a chord, following it is chord, you know. So with a kick and bass, this is how it sounds like. Only kick and bass. Okay, so that was it. So now we're done with drums, percussion, bass, melody section, filling section, and keys, right? So we're gonna add later FX. First FX is later car beeping sound. New jazz has that little like cute sound, like kind of like Japanese vibe. So we're gonna just add this later cute car beeping sound, and then we're gonna add a siren sound. We're gonna add shimmer sound, and then we're gonna add this another FX sound. So, and then we're gonna add this transition sound. Okay, so now we're basically done. We're done with every section, and then now we have to make this one into a song, right? So we made this loop, right? We're done with keys, filling section, strings, melody section, bass, drum, percussion, and FX, right? And this is how it sounds like with all together. But this is only like 4 bars, you know. We want these bars make into actual songs. So today I'm gonna give you more tips about that. First off, I just copied this. And right, I just copied this and pasted it into here. But then I added this little 4-hit sound. It's basically just like hitting this first part of the loop 4 times. This is just basically that, and then just having that for 4 times instead of just going to another bar, you know, and this is how it sounds like. So that's kind of one tip, you know, just having a like hit, you know. Just kind of repeat like a Pharrell Williams, you know, like for a Pharrell Williams song, like before he goes song, you know, he kind of hit the first bar 4 times, you know. So it's just like that. We're gonna add this effect. And then just other than thing is all same. And then I'm gonna show you how to make an intro. The intro sounds like this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to make this. First, copy this, and then bounce in place. Right? We did that. And then this is how it sounds like after we bounce that loop. Yeah, it's just bounce the song. And then we're gonna move this one into first 4 bars, and then we'll cut the leftover 4 bars, and then we're going to give a special effect in these 4 bars. Go to the region, and then if there is a fade in section, choose it as a speed up. And if you put your cursor, mouse cursor in here, then it show where this signed. Just press it and then go all the way over here. Then it will gonna sound like this. Yep. So that's intro. Basically same thing as this. And with the intro, this song sounds like this. So this was how to make a new jazz and PluggnB Type Beat in 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any request, question, any feedback, then just write down in the comment section. I check every comment. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, please press that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to. I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out.